Are you tired of thinking and feeling negatively? Time for a change? You want to be more positive? Well, the key here is understanding yourself. Understand how you operate as a being and understanding how consciousness works. So, hey guys, I'm Laura and I make videos that will awaken your awareness. So, you need to understand firstly that you are an energetic being, and as an energetic being, you vibrate on frequencies. So when you feel negative emotions, you're having negative thoughts, that means that you are vibrating on low vibe frequencies. So the key here is getting yourself out of these low vibe frequencies into a more high vibe state. So here on my whiteboard, I drew, this is the scale of consciousness. So at the bottom we have shame, which is a really low vibe state. Then we've got guilt, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. These are the more low vibrational states. Then you've got the middle vibrational states, which is things like courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance. And then you get into the more high vibrational states like reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment is at the top. So if you can understand the scale of consciousness, you understand that these are all different frequencies that you tune into as an energetic being. And when you're thinking and feeling negatively, it means you are vibrating down here in these low frequencies. And if you are, you're sick of just having these negative thoughts and feelings, you want to be more positive, the key here is just to get yourself out of these frequencies and tuning into these frequencies up here. That's the key. It's shifting your own frequency. So there are different ways you can do this, and because we're all unique people, different things are going to work differently for us, right? So firstly, if you can have that self-awareness and you can acknowledge when you're feeling negative that, okay, this means I am vibrating on a low frequency right now. What can I do to change my frequency? So this is what I like to do. I call it an inner health day. We have mental health days, right? The thing is, the problem I have with mental health is that it's focusing up here. And in my opinion, it's not just about up here. It's about emotional health. What's going on in your heart? The fact that we also store trauma in our body. So we can't just be focusing up here and ignoring what's going on in the body, which is why I call it inner health instead of mental health, because inner health covers everything, right? So there are times where I'm low vibrational. Most of the time I'm a positive, high vibrational, happy person, but I'm human, just like, everyone else watching this. There are times where we all of us will be in these low vibrational states. Now, so when I'm feeling like that, when I feel low vibe, I'm feeling got negative thoughts, negative feelings, I say to myself like, okay, right now I'm vibrating on a low frequency. I don't, there's times where I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like I may have my plans for the day. I don't feel like doing it because of the negative state I'm in, which is why I say, I take it in a health day. So what does that mean? It means that you abandon whatever plans you had for that day because you don't even feel like doing them anyway. And instead, you use that day to get yourself back into a positive frequency. Now, that's going to look different for everyone, and also depending on what's causing you to feel negative. And this is the same as if you have like your job, right? And you're feeling really negative. You may have something going on in your life that's causing you to think and feel negatively. Well, take a sick day off your job. Most people work in jobs that they are not passionate about, and most people are in jobs where they're treated like a number. Oh yeah, if you died, we're going to have an advert the next day replacing you. Like, you're no big deal to them, right? So that's why I say, screw them, pretty much. If you feel negative and you feel like you need to sort out your inner world, ring up work. Sorry, I'm not coming in today. I'm either sick. You can say you're having a mental health day or an inner health day. You could say it's personal. You're taking a personal day for personal issues, whatever. You don't have to give them the actual reason. You could just say, I've got a headache, I'm not coming in. I highly recommend taking a sick day off work. Have an inner health day to sort your vibration out. Okay? So, like I said, I have times where I feel negative. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm in a low vibe state. But the key here is acknowledging, okay, I'm in this low vibe state. It means I'm vibrating on these low frequencies down in here. So what can I do to shift my frequency to be in a more high vibe state? Now, one of the first things you need to do is drop the victim mindset. It's very easy to have a victim mindset. Poor me, poor me. At the end of the day, though, we all have situations that happen to us that were unexpected, that we, like an unexpected situation can happen that just makes you feel negative. It's sort of like, why is this happening to me? Why is it happening to me? Now, that gives you a victim mindset. Why is it happening to me? Poor me, poor me. So instead, you need to understand it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So instead of being, oh, poor me, why is this happening to me? You see it as, even though it looks like a negative situation, you see it as a positive because it's serving you in a way. So I'll give you an example. I was dating this guy. He led me to believe that I meant something to him. This was someone I was friends with for 5 years as well. He led me on and he dumped me because I injured myself. Now, I could be like, poor me, why did that have to happen to me? Actually, it happened for me, not to me. Why? Because in hindsight, we wouldn't have worked out in the long run. The guy had 2 autistic children. One autistic children's hard enough to deal with, having 2 of them, and then taking them on as your own kids, or, playing step parent to those kids. I'm like, it kind of happened for me, because it's like, I wasn't really keen on that situation, to be honest. If I'm going to be honest about it, not really. So it's like, oh, it didn't happen to me. It's not poor me, victim mindset. I got led on and then fucking treated like shit because I injured myself. It's, okay, yeah, I may have been led on, but at the end of the day, it's serving me. It's serving me because in the long run, where I want to go in life, that's not an ideal situation for me. So shift from the it's happening to me to it's happening for me. It's serving you in some way. It may seem negative at the time, but there's going to be a positive situation that came out of it. Okay, so that's how you drop the victim mindset. Start looking at it as it's happening for me. It's serving me. Even though it looks negative, it's still serving me in some way. Now, the other thing is nothing in life has meaning. Nothing in life has meaning other than the meaning you give it. So if a negative situation's happened to you that's making you feel or think negatively, then you need to realize that whatever the situations that's happened, it doesn't have any true meaning. You're giving it the meaning. So what I mean by this is, I've used this example in other videos where, like, if you're living in a place where it's really dry and you hardly get any rain, when it does rain, you're so happy about it. Like, yes, it's raining. You might even be outside running around in the rain, dancing around in it, like, woohoo, right? Compared to someone who lives in a place where it's always raining. Like, it's always raining. They're like, oh, it's raining again. I'm so sick of this rain. 2 different meanings, right? Based off where these people live. This person's happy about rain. This person's upset about the rain. Nothing in life has meaning other than the meaning you give it. So if you're dealing with a negative situation, something's making you feel negative, then realize that what's the meaning you're giving to this situation, and you have the power to change the meaning. Why? Because nothing in life has meaning other than the meaning you give it. So change the meaning on whatever negative situation you're going through or experiencing. Realize that it's happening for you. It's going to be serving you in some way. You may not see it right now, but in the long run, you'll look back and you'll realize it did actually serve you. Change the meaning. Nothing in life has meaning. Now, when it comes to feeling negatively, right? You're thinking and feeling negative. You're in a negative state of being. I'm not telling you to suppress those negative emotions. That's not the key. We don't want to be suppressing emotions. Feeling is healing. So when I take my inner health day, like I said, it's like I acknowledge I'm vibrating on low frequencies. I need to shift my frequency back up here. So I need to take my inner health day. I don't feel like doing anything because I feel negative. I'm in a negative state of being. So what do? Feeling is healing. I literally will just sit on the couch and just sit with the emotions, processing the emotions. I may even question my emotions. Why am I feeling like this? What's behind this emotion? Start questioning myself and digging into myself to understand it better. So I'm not saying if you're feeling negative to just brush it off and try to be positive. That's not the point. We don't want to be suppressing emotions because it's unhealthy. So you may just need to do like what I do, and you just sit down and just sit with the emotion, feel the emotion, question that emotion. Why am I feeling like this? What's behind this emotion? Okay, because feeling is healing. That's how you process emotions and release it out of your system. Okay, so it's all about perspective in life, how you look at things. So if you're thinking and feeling negative, again, it means you are vibrating on these frequencies down here. Now, to get yourself out of these frequencies is going to be different for everyone. So that means, like for me, there's certain things I know I can do that will help me get into a high vibrational state and happy again. Things like getting in the gym and exercising, going for a walk in nature, swinging on a swing brings me joy. Doing things that like make your inner child happy. Like, you know, we kind of grow up and we become adults, and it's like we become too serious and forget to have fun. Who says we have to outgrow things that we liked doing when we were a kid? So for me, it's like, yeah, I enjoy going and playing in a playground and swinging on a swing. It takes you back to those simpler times. You know, you might want to go to the shop and just buy yourself some lollies or bubble gum like you used to when you were a kid, just to connect with that inner child and bring some joy back in. So it's going to look different for everyone. You've got to take that time to figure yourself out. What can you do that's going to bring you back up into a high vibrational frequency? What are things that'll help you lift back up, okay? You take that time to just sit with yourself and figure that out for you. So I know when I'm feeling down, I have my inner health day. I might sit with my feelings and emotions and process them. Then I might go and do something that I know is going to make me feel better. One of those things is going in nature, because it's naturally lifting. When you're in nature, because we have such a great connection with nature, it just naturally raises your vibration when you're just there anyway. So that's one great way to just get yourself out of those states. Again, understanding that these are just frequencies you're tuning into and vibrating on. If you're feeling negative, it's because you're vibrating on a low vibe state. So you just got to take that time to figure out, personally for you, how do I get myself out of this vibrating on this low vibe state, and how can I get myself vibrating on these high vibe states? Now, I wrote here my backstory because I want to use this as an example, right? So I broke my back when I was 19. I didn't find out till I was 25. No doctor took me seriously with my back pain, right? I was the one that had to demand having x-rays done. Like, I got so basically pissed off because no doctor was taking me seriously. I was going to different doctors, different medical centers. No one's taking me seriously. I knew there was something not right. So after 6 years of putting up it got to that point where I demanded, I want x-rays done, because they're not doing it. They're not putting me through for it, you know. Anyways, found out, oh yeah, you've pretty much got a broken back and you need to have surgery. So I had to have a spinal fusion surgery. So I have 4 screws and 2 rods in my spine. Now I could be sitting here with this victim mindset. Poor me. Why did this have to happen to me instead of for me, right? Why did it have to happen to me? Poor me. I'm now in a body where I get back pain really easily, or, you know, I have a little bit of restrictions with my spine. I could be a sad sack sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing with my life, sitting on disability. Poor me. Why did this have to happen to me? Except I'm not, right? I'm not. Why? Because there's no point being a victim and being all negative. Things happen for you, not to you. Now, I understand that me going through my back issue actually served me. It's led me onto the path that I'm on now, right? It's got me out of the, you know, work, eat, sleep cycle. Because of that, I got to learn about spirituality stuff. I had a spiritual awakening because I've got all this free time to be learning about it. And now I'm starting up my own YouTube channel teaching it. I now want to build a following so then I can basically create a business that's going to help and serve people. My ultimate goal with this business is to help people become more happier and healthier. And I wouldn't be doing this, I wouldn't be thinking this way when it comes to making an income without going through my back situation, right? I'd be I'd be busy off in a boring job that probably made me miserable because it's not really something I'm passionate about. So like the point is like bad stuff happens sometimes, and you just you have the choice to either be negative about it and poor me, why did this have to happen to me, or you can see it as it's serving you. It's not necessarily a bad thing. There's positives. There's always positives and negatives, right? So nothing in life has meaning other than the meaning you give it. The meaning I give my back is that, well, I believe it's part of my spiritual awakening, and I believe it's put me on this path with this YouTube channel and everything, you know, that. And once I grow a following, then I can be serving people and actually helping and making a difference in the world. That's the ultimate goal, right? So, you know, like I said, I could be sitting around going, poor me, why do I have to be in this body with a bad back? I know for a fact my soul signed up for the experience, because your soul chooses everything before it comes here. So if you have these negative events happening, especially if it's like a big negative event, but like, you need to understand your soul actually signed up for it all of it before coming here. So for example, me having the bad back and going through spinal surgery, my soul signed up for it before coming here as part of my journey here. So because I can understand that, if you can understand that, like whenever you're going through a negative situation, let's say you've been married for 20 years and then the person you're married to has now come to you and saying they want a divorce, and it was out of the blue, you didn't expect it, you're like, what the heck? And now you think your whole world is upside down. Well, firstly, it's probably serving you. You may not realize it right now, but it will be serving you. The other thing is your soul signed up for it. Your soul and your husband or wife's soul signed up to come together on this planet to get married in the first place and be married for 20 years. You're divorcing after 20 years. Your soul's signed up for that. So when you can understand that your soul plans a lot of these life events out, then you don't have to feel so negative about it either. I hope that makes sense. So the key here is having the self-awareness to acknowledge, okay, I'm in this negative state of being. I'm feeling negative. I'm thinking negatively. That means I'm on a negative vibration, a negative frequency. What can I do to get myself out of it, to work my way back up the scale of consciousness? And like I said, it's going to be different for everyone, so you need to take the time to get to know yourself. And remember to drop that victim mindset, because it's really easy to have a victim mindset, but it's not going to serve you. You will never win in life if you have a victim mindset. It's going to stop you from having success. So remember, it's happening for you, not to you. I hope you like this video, guys. If you did, give me a thumbs up and write a comment, just to keep my videos in the algorithm. That's pretty much the reason we say, you know, us YouTubers say this sort of stuff, is so that the more activity on the video, the more people get to see it. And I really want people to start understanding this, because it sucks when you feel negative. It sucks when you're in these low vibe states. But it's amazing when you're up here. It's honestly amazing when you're able to be a high vibrational person. And like I said, I have ups and downs all the time. You never stay high vibrational. It's not like we're perfect and no like bad things happen in our life. It happens to all of us. But understanding this is really helpful with dealing with these negative feelings and thoughts. So I hope you like this video, and if you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit the bell notification. I'm going to add a video at the end of this screen on how to stop negative thinking, which is inspired by things that I've learned from Tony Robbins. So check that one out. I hope I see you on the next video. Peace.